Hello, hello, hello. We're going to get the sage going and the cedar going, and we're going to start a Saturday night, Saturday, September 6th. It's the Star Room, and we are starting a little early tonight. Some Uranus kind of stuff. Been happening for a couple days now, maybe more than a couple. So here we are. And we're going to take a look at some charts. We've got some folks that have already communicated. They're going to be here, people who've already sent channel gifts so we can have their charts looked at. And so for anybody who's here, I can look at your chart. But for those who send a gift to the channel, obviously I spend more time on their chart. All right, so it is first come, first serve in the chat. You jump in, get your name in there, say hello to somebody, to me, to anybody, and we go according to the order in the queue. First come, first served. All right. So we're starting tonight off. It is the night. It is the day before the eclipse. We have an eclipse tomorrow. So, well, yeah. The countdown is on. It is the eclipse in Pisces. This is a total lunar eclipse in Pisces. All right, let me move some things around so I can see who's in the chat. I kind of looked at it quickly earlier. See, yeah, I already mentioned that. And then we got to get to work. Okay, so, all right. I don't know. Sometimes they move things and they change things, and I'm like, okay, is there something I need to know that I didn't see before? All right, so here we go. Oh, Stacy's doing some work already. Look at Stacy. Right to work. I'm so sorry. I started early, like unannounced really, but the opportunity came and my days have just been starting so early. So I'm really going to try to get everybody in, and I'm going to try to end early tonight just because I'm probably going to be changing the schedule around. So this is kind of like a little, we're doing things just a little bit different and see how it goes. Okay. Teamwork, how the heck are you doing? I see you're here tonight. CG, you're number 2, but I think Teamwork already said she was passing. How have you been, Teamwork? Well, we weren't here last week. Well, we were here, but it was private. So by the way, before I go any further, we do a private lives 1 weekend out of every month. It's the last weekend every Saturday. We just do the same exact thing you see here, but we do it privately. It's not on YouTube. Okay. It is a little bit more intimate. There can be a more personal rapport, kind of a round table almost, right? And so far, the people who attend those seem to really like them, I think, because it's private and you can kind of, exchange ideas a little bit more easily with each other. And it's one of those things where it feels extremely supportive and nurturing. And I don't know, I think everybody who's walked away from it has felt just kind of like strengthened when they walk away, right? You kind of feel like, okay. So it's just a really nice, mellow kind of connection. I prefer it, actually. I mean, I like some of the excitement of the lives because you don't know who's going to show, but for the private lives, yes, I know who shows because you have to contact me, allastrology@gmail.com. If you want to get in on the private lives, just send me an email and I'll send you the details. So let me get that here in case there's anybody who's, a lot of folks really don't like sharing and talking about their life, and sometimes things are private and you just don't feel comfortable. And the private lives can give somebody the opportunity to, to make that connection without it having to be all like this. Okay, so yes, CG, absolutely. if you know that there is a month that works better for you, you send me the email and you say, and then I go ahead and I send you the link. Obviously, I can't send anybody a link while I'm live right now. I have the charts to worry about, but send me an email, and as soon as we're done here, I go into my Zoom and I grab the link for that meeting, because some people have requested to, have those meetings because they know when it's good for them. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. So yeah, that's a good question. I think I might have one spot left for September, believe it or not. If I'm not mistaken, I think I have one slot left for September. Abatha, I see you just popped in. SCG. Okay, so let me back up. Abatha, did you get my donation? Well, let me go check the email. Oh yes, thank you. I see it. The channel gift. Awesome. All right. So let me get to work. So I think Teamwork's wait, let me go see. Stacy's already got her work. She's already done it. Let me get it in there. All right. So we've got Teamwork's passing. So CG, you're up. Then Abatha. Look at that, right? That's great. Stacy's passing. Then Karen. Hey, Karen, I didn't see your name. Oh, yeah, you are. You're there. I was babbling. How's it been? I know life's been crazy for some folks, and I don't know about y'all, but man, this Uranus just went retrograde, right? Whew. It's, I mean, it hasn't, yeah, it lived up to its name. We'll put it like that. Magically intuitive. How you doing, Magically Intuitive? Okay, so for anybody who's in the chat and who hasn't been here before, yep, we go through the chat in order to get on the live and have me look at your chart. So stick around and we'll get to you. If we don't, well, I'm here next Saturday, but I'm going to try to get to as many people as I can. So Abatha, no, I'm sorry, Abatha, CG, you are up. Let me get your chart on the screen and let's get to work. CG, since you sent a PayPal, do you want the link? Let me get that. Yeah, let me click on that. Let me go like that. Okay, that way I can find that thing. Okay. Well, I only see a CG on my end. I see what you're saying, Stacy, but I only see a CG. Unless, I mean, I might not have looked real hard either, because I got to focus on who's next. So CG said, yes, I want the link. Yeah. All right, let's get you the link. There you go. There's the link for you, CG, and then I'll get your chart on the screen. Share screen. Let's do this. Yes. All right. For anybody who's listening, I did get additional emails and birth digits. So if you're here, J Comfort, I did get your email. I do have your birth digits. So if you're in the live, like if you're listening and if you didn't go into the queue yet, if your name doesn't match J Comfort, you got to let us know that that's who you are, because that's who I got the email from, so we can match it up. All right, let me get CG in here, and then we will begin.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am hanging in there. It's been a wild ride. It has. It's been wild.
Do you still have your sense of humor?
Oh, God. I don't know, man. Some days I'm like, I need to be reminded that exists.
Got it.
Seriously. That's the only drawback with the astrologies. I find it to be so damn serious. And I'm already too damn serious to begin with, I think. So I'm like, okay, I need to find another way other than drugs and alcohol. I need to find something that's gonna make me have a good time and be happy and um
Understood.
yeah, just to kind of find a way to detach from all the seriousness. And, yeah, living where we live, it's just
Pretty
insane.
serious.
So, yeah. I'm not up in the great white north. Which every day I'm like, God, I wonder if they would take me in. I need to go. All right, let's get to work. So we are looking. Yeah, you kind of gave me a little maj podge of things to look at. So what we'll say right off the bat is there is an eclipse tomorrow. And
Yes.
when we have objects near those eclipse, right, things occur before the eclipse. Okay. And so for you in your chart, you have something not in Pisces necessarily. I mean, you do because the eclipse is at 15. But if you look, your 10th house cusp line, you've got Pisces at 10 degrees there. You follow? So that's like your goals, right? Your
Mhm.
commitments, your duty, your responsibility, what you're working on and towards. And Pisces can be really tricky because it's Pisces. It's fuzzy and confusing. And from what I read, I didn't go deep dive in it. I don't like to try to read between the lines or anything, but Pisces tends to be if it sounds too good to be true, it's a good possibility it is. Because
Mhm.
with Pisces, we're so like idealistic with Pisces, even though
Okay.
to me having it at the midheaven kind of restricts it a little bit. So it kind of sobers the Pisces energy up, actually having it at the midheaven. So I like that. And you have it at the midheaven degree, 10 degrees of Saturn, which is seriousness. So knowing that we're having this eclipse and it's a lunar eclipse, which is like a release and a let go, and
Mhm.
it's in Pisces, so it might be like a let go of a dream because that's Pisces. Pisces is dreams,
Mhm.
but it's a lot of other things too, right?
Mhm.
It's like institutional energy, it's intuitions, it's creativity and sound, but yours would be connected to probably work and your long-term goals. You
Mhm.
follow? Because that's where it's at. This is the career location.
Okay.
Okay. So having that Pisces up there and having that 10 degrees right next to the eclipse at 15, um, yeah, that that can trigger releases because that's what this is, a total lunar eclipse. Lunar is the moon is
Mhm.
a release of something, okay? And the
Yeah.
thing that it's releasing, this could be an authority figure, but it could also be a goal because it's that 10 degrees. It could be a dream. It could be literally a job for some folks, literally,
Mhm.
because that's the career thing. That's that 10th house, you see?
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's usually a material, tangible kind of thing that we're trying to build on that. We're trying to, because that's that 10th. It's all about building something. So, hospital energy, because it's like healing institutions of society. So that's there.
Mhm.
Um, so the other thing too is that when we look down below into your Virgo, this is your fourth house of home and family.
Mhm.
So the home changing in a way, right? Because it's Virgo energy, which is domestic energy, but it's on
Mhm.
your fourth house cusp line. Okay. And so this is family. It's not just
Mhm.
your physical home, but family in general. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
This is like mom energy because it's the fourth house. It's mom energy. So feelings and emotions. And Virgo, when we mix Virgo with the fourth, Virgo can be really like keep things kind of clear and not overrun by emotions. So I kind of like Virgo in the fourth.
Okay.
It's more of like practical,
Right.
because
Okay.
it's Virgo, right? I'm like, okay, well, that's logical, that's practical. It doesn't it's a Mercury thing. So it's really more based on information as opposed to getting all, drowning in my emotions and
Mhm.
I can't think straight type of thing.
Okay.
Um, but but because it's in the fourth, that might happen sometimes. Okay.
Mhm.
You might have bouts of where you're like, God, why isn't Why am I letting this get to me type of thing. That might happen because it's your fourth house. It's
Mhm.
feelings, it's sensitivities, it's empathy, it's nurturing, right? It's emotional security and stability.
Yeah.
That's the fourth house. So when our daily routines get a little wacky,
Mhm.
that's gonna kind of mess with that Virgo energy.
Yep.
Because it's very much schedules, calendars, projects, tasks, to-do lists, right?
Mhm.
Like, it's very kind of structured in that way, and so if something disrupts that, Virgo can be really flexible, though, and
Okay.
it's really great at adjusting. Like, that's one of Virgo's superpowers, as long as it understands, this is one of your superpowers. So if
Mhm.
there's an adjustment that needs to be made, use the Virgo energy and adjust.
Okay.
Okay? Options.
Mhm.
Always having choices and options and like a backup plan and knowing innately that there's more than one way to accomplish something. There's always multiple choices. We just have to find out what those choices and options are. Okay? So that's that Virgo stuff and the stuff in the home, all right? So whether it's, extended family or just, like literally in your house, likely in your house something too because you have another object like in the home at this degree near like on both sides of the eclipse, we'll put it like that. Even though it's a
Okay.
Pisces eclipse, we always look at the opposite side of the eclipse. We look at both ends. So home and career. And it's releasing something from the past. Years, you know, the, 10 degrees can be masculine energy. It's Saturn energy, can be masculine energy. So whether it's a boss or a husband or a family member of some sort because it's 10 degrees, right? Or somebody who's masculine. We'll put it like that. So someone or something that was part of your daily routines. Let me go back real quick to your email. I'm trying to see what are some of the other things that you had sent. CG, Abatha, okay. Um,
Around entrepreneurial stuff, because I just had something 2 days ago. You're talking about loss. We had a contract that was basically not renewed 2 days before the sign date.
oh, that would be freaking Uranus on you. That's what that was. Yeah, you have Uranus in Libra.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
we were supposed to have
S-
them move, like everything was supposed to happen this weekend, and then 2 days before we were told that we had a missing document or whatever, and they were not renewing. So that was 2 days ago, 3 days ago now.
Yeah, that sucks. And I think your Uranus is also at 10 degrees. It is. You see, career, job,
Hmm.
professional contract, and
Okay.
disruptions. But it's something that's definitely like solo, like because it's Uranus. And so you can do like, yeah, I don't know if you're working from home, but this Uranus is sitting in your fourth house.
Hmm.
And so it can be like independent work, but
Hmm.
it's contracted professional work.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, the Uranus retrograde started, but it sat all week. For the last 7 days, it sat at the same degree as it prepared for its retrograde, but your Mars is right where it began its retrograde. You see that? And that matters because some action is gonna be taken. Uranus sat on your Mars, and it's still sitting there, by the way, right? It's still sitting there. So, whenever you see Mars, it's like, "Okay, action's gonna be taken." Well, what kind of an action? Well, it's Uranus, so something that was disruptive, a shock and a surprise,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was a surprise that we
Yeah,
didn't
well,
we
I would
that
think that this isn't a new thing for you, that you go through cycles like this because you have Mars and Pandora box right next to each other, and anytime they're gonna get activated because it's Mars and Pandora together, you've probably had events, it can be, things with family, by the way, because it's in your
Mhm.
4th house. So personal relationships too, where, like when this gets activated, it it's a combination of malefic Mars and Pandora's box, which is like, oh my God, I wish I had never gone
Mhm.
down that path. It was a
Yep.
mistake.
Yep.
So it's kind of like regret, I think. But anyway, um, so I'm looking real quick at your, I can't remember. Okay. All right. Well, this is the good thing is that Mars is not your malefic. Mars, oh, got it. That's why. Okay. Saturn is your malefic planet for you. And you see 10 degrees is the Saturn degree. So the 10 at the midheaven, the 10 on the IC, and the 10 on your Uranus. All right. Got it. That makes sense. So what that does is it connects all these little pieces in your chart. So for you then, career and the contract work, um, because you have Uranus there and the connection with Saturn, like your goals and your professional commitments, are you used to this?
Like things.
Like where, oh, they didn't renew the contract, they didn't sign the contract, or is this
Not.
contract work new for you?
It's yes and no. So the last couple of years I've launched into some side hustles.
Yeah,
So the last 2 years, this two, I'd say I've had a couple of experiences like this where I thought something was a sure thing, and then it's
yeah,
like one was preemptively finished earlier, like 3 months, and the other one that happened 2 days ago that I can recall. Sorry, like 2 or 3 days ago, was just
yeah.
like an administrative glitch, and nobody advised us, and it was sort of like, sorry, you don't qualify, or we won't be renewing. We're like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, that
So.
sucks. See, you have a very strong Saturn in your chart, and it has to do with your values and your income, okay?
Mhm.
And it's gonna have to do with the side hustle stuff
Mhm.
because, like, Uranus is where I'm doing side hustle, I'm doing independent work.
Mhm.
That's Uranus energy, right?
Okay.
And it's at the 10 degrees, but when I look up at your Saturn, which is the 10 degrees, you have a retrograding Saturn in Taurus. And remember, Saturn is your great malefic in your chart. So that Saturn, I know this is like there's dots everywhere, and I'm just connecting them though, right? I'm explaining like the side hustle. Anytime you're doing something that's requiring this independent kind of contract stuff, there's going to be surprises and disruptions.
Okay.
Now it doesn't have to. I guess what the best way to sidestep it, I guess, or work around it, whatever you wanna
Mhm.
call it, is like there's an old saying, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Like, there's gotta be a lot of contracts going, right? Because the reality is maybe 50% of them don't go through or something. You
Right.
follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
That would be the solution. Well, I don't know
The
if it's the solution, but that would be the recommendation,
okay.
to have a large quantity, to have a
Mhm.
bigger pool. Because if you start from the get-go of, "Okay, 50% of these are gonna fall to the wayside,
Okay.
because it's in my chart." That's right,
Yeah.
because it's in
Okay.
her
Okay.
chart,
Well, that's
absolutely.
good to know because I'm also, in addition, like I've this one side hustle has been pretty good for the last 2, 3 years. I
Oh,
kind of
good.
threw caution at the wind, and I was like, let's try this, and it's
Mhm.
been working. So this, quite honestly, is the first real
Good.
setback.
Good, good,
But in
good.
the meantime, the other questions are around. I'm trying to get a couple other sort of side hustle ideas off the ground and see where they land while I continue to run the first one, because
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
needs a side hustle these days. So
yeah. You're right about that, and some people have 2 or 3 of them.
Mhm.
Don't right? It's
Yeah.
crazy. Well, thank God for all your creative energy. Pisces, really creative energy.
Okay.
So it adds to the ability for you to, like you said, figure out some other
Mhm.
things
Mhm.
and to add to your, just to your, like your wheelhouse type of stuff
Mhm.
where, okay,
Mhm.
I can offer this, I can do this,
Right.
and to kind of branch off using other skills,
Mhm.
skills that you have for other things that you might not have had intended for them to be used it for.
Okay.
But yeah, knowing that your Saturn's in Taurus, you have a retrograding Saturn. It does have this beautiful conjunction with Juno, which is long-term commitment through finances and work. So that's a benefit. That's a benefit. And that can kind of offset some of the not so great stuff. But I
Mhm.
tell you, just kind of plan in your mind to that a certain percentage, just expect that it
Mhm.
might not go through. That way you're
Okay.
prepared. Okay. Um, so let me go back to your thing. Did you have a more like a timeline, a specific thing you wanted me to
Yeah, I was
what's
looking
your
at the
name
next
again?
to like the end of 2025. So for the next 3 months, really, and then 2026
But
is when
was it
I'm.
pertaining to career again? Was that what that was?
It's more on the entrepreneurial side. My
Yeah,
career,
okay.
I don't know about my
Well,
career.
that's a good
I'm starting these side hustles to kind of let go of. I'm hopefully of.
I hear what you're saying.
Okay.
You and a whole lot of other people.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be good enough for me to quit the other thing?
Right.
I totally get
Right.
it. Alright, well, here's the reality. The
Mhm.
reality is Uranus, the
Mhm.
planet that's the disruptor, is
Right.
sitting on your Mars. Now Uranus goes back to 29 degrees. I'm sorry, I said it's sitting on your Mars. It's trining your Mars because it's up here
Mhm.
in Gemini, but it's trining the Sedna as well. So it's gonna go back into Taurus to about 29, but it's staying around the 1 degree for quite a bit of time. So you're gonna be constantly taking action with new,
Mhm.
which is good. So keep doing it. But my point is, it's new. You're going to keep doing for the next 3 months. You're going
Okay.
to keep doing new because even when Uranus goes back into Taurus at 29, it's going to go forward again in 2026. It'll end up getting back into Gemini. Well, when it goes back into Gemini, it triggers your Mars again. And so you're starting something new again. You understand?
So
Uh-oh.
is
Is
am
she there?
I yeah, I'm just thinking this through.
Oh,
So you're
that's okay. I
okay.
just
So
sometimes I never know if when people because I'm not looking at the screen, I'm looking at your
no, no,
chart.
no.
I'm like,
I'm
"Okay,
just thinking this through. So
did the
yeah,
internet
so
bop on
no.
her?"
No, no, no.
So let me, get the transits on real quick for you.
Thank you.
Now the chart's gonna get really complicated.
Oh
Okay.
God.
No, it's okay, just don't look at the chart, I'll talk.
Okay.
Alright, so this is what's gonna happen. Jupiter is gonna go forward, and it's gonna go into your 2nd house of money and
Mhm.
income. Now, this means you will probably see, um oh, Jupiter's not your great benefic. Alright, so your 2nd house is your income and your money, your Venus is your great benefic. Let's see what she does for you. She's going through Leo, so communications, and then she's gonna touch your Virgo energy. Um, yeah, Jupiter, I think, is still fascinating because it goes into your 2nd house, and then it's gonna retrograde out of your 2nd house. So, w so for the next 3 months, basically for everybody,
Mhm.
whatever we're doing now, it's probably not going to be the identical thing that we're gonna be doing come January and February and March. There definitely is going to be changes because we have the big planets up in the sky that
Mhm.
will have, will have finished their retrogrades and went forward again. And so we're recovering the same areas in our
Okay.
chart. We're recovering some of the same energy. And that energy is I'm starting something new. So what we experienced 6 months ago, we're gonna experience again, like we're starting something new again. So a while back when I did the videos, like in January, February, I was saying this is a start, but it's like a false start
Mm.
because we'll be starting something new again in 2026.
Mm.
Okay. Now that doesn't mean you give up on this idea. It just means you're staying flexible and you just kind of keep plugging away. But when you ask a question like, is there gonna be any time in the next 3 months where I should get rid of the side hustle? And I'm thinking, um, I would not do that under these circumstances
Okay.
of the energy of instability.
Mhm.
I mean, that's just, unless you have multiple contracts in front of you that are
Yeah.
written for years out,
Yeah.
you follow?
Yeah. Just keep
That's
going.
yes, because instability is the name of the game.
Yes. Okay.
And change and different and unconventional. So you're working with the right energy, the Uranus energy of unconventional and new and different,
Mhm.
which is great and innovative. Like that's Uranus. Okay. So that's
Okay.
good. But it also likes to constantly be changing and
Mm.
surprising. So unless you've got those things written down where you want to hold on to that nine to
Yeah.
five, to that steady
Yes. Yeah.
thing until you're like, okay, now is the time.
Yeah.
Well, now is the time is not until we are not until we're into 2026
Mhm.
and we have to wait for these big planets to stop aspecting each other. It's Uranus and Saturn. And let me see, what month am I on? Okay, so all right, 27. I said 29. I meant 27. Okay, so it's not going to be until, yeah, the end of March going into April that Uranus moves into Gemini. It's in April when Uranus goes back into Gemini. April,
2026.
April of 2026. That's right. And so when it goes back into Gemini, remember, it's going to trigger your contract energy, your Mars and your Sedna.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
that's in April. You follow?
Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean bad necessarily, but you should expect maybe surprises and possibly disruptions. But those
Mhm.
surprises and disruptions, it's possible they bring you something beneficial, which is why I still want to follow your Venus real quick here, because that is your strong bring me the money. Okay, you're going to have Venus going through your 12th house at that time. So the thing about that is if the work that you do is behind the scenes,
Mhm.
if it's technology, if you're online, it's Gemini energy, but it could be institutional energy because it's the 12th house.
Mhm.
It's communications in general.
Yep.
Um, it could also be that I'm learning something. It could be communicating with foreigners, foreign lands, foreign
Mhm.
languages. Gemini energy, you could be learning something new,
Mhm.
whether it's, learning a new skill set because you're like, okay, I'm going to do this other
Mhm.
thing, and I've got skills already that I can build on. That's a possibility. But when Venus goes into someone's 12th house, my values and my money can seem confusing because it's the 12th house, you see. It can seem confusing and unstable,
Okay.
but it will trine your Uranus energy and it won't take too long, which is a surprise. Okay. And so that's going to happen at the end of April, like the very
Okay.
end of April, going into May, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
So 6 to 7 months easily.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Now,
Okay.
in the meantime, just follow the rule, right, of
Mhm.
having, your stability, your
Yeah.
long-term stuff set
Yeah.
in print.
Mhm.
And just keep plugging away
Okay.
because you've got a very strong, you'll have a strong, I would say 2026, the rest of that year, you'll then have the benefit of Uranus really starting more new things again for you and you initiating those new things and like, okay. So to me, um, it's really a kind of exciting. It's exciting, but as long as you've got your feet under you, it's an
Mhm.
exciting that you're like, okay, I can do this.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I know it's probably not exactly the answers that you wanted.
That's okay. It's okay. It's just kind of getting a sense of
Yeah, what's down the road and what's
what's
the
down the
energy you'll be
road, and
working with? Yeah.
yeah, and I don't mind working hard. It's just yeah, I guess I'll have to pace myself as well. 'Cause I
Oh,
don't
absolutely. Well, see, I'm glad you said that because Uranus energy doesn't that energy is like a lightning bolt, which is
Mhm.
extremely fast.
Mhm.
And so we feel like we gotta move like that lightning bolt, you know? So you bring up pace myself. That's a damn good idea. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely. Pace yourself for
Yeah.
sure. Your Saturn is smart. You got a Saturn in Taurus and the Juno's right there of partnership. So I feel like because it's Saturn, what Saturn does is it slows down. It says, here's the rules.
Hmm.
There, you can use some of the Uranus energy. Uh-oh, hold on a second. Oh, I forgot to plug my light in. Holy crap. You can use I'll put it on when we're done talking. You can use the Uranus energy as a springboard, but
Okay.
your Saturn will say, but you still have to go slowly, methodically, step by step. You see
Hmm.
how it's tricky, right?
Yeah.
What's good about that is that Saturn wants you to do that because this way you're not missing out,
Hmm.
and what you're encountering, what you're starting, Saturn wants you to be able to have it around for a long period of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of that. You
Okay.
follow? So just
Yeah.
see it as that. Like, okay, this isn't going as fast as I want it to, and oh my God, I could write a book on this.
Hmm.
Shit's just growing so slowly, right? But that's
But it's
just the
still
process.
growing, right?
Yeah,
And then that's the
yeah,
important thing.
yeah, yeah,
Moving
and
forward. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, as long as you feel like you're making some progress in some
Hmm.
way. You
Okay.
just have to honor the pace. You have to honor the pace, and there's
Hmm.
no shortcuts, there's no cheating, because if you do that, likely you get sent back to start,
Yeah. Okay.
and you don't
Yeah.
wanna be there.
No.
Neither do I.
No. No. Understood.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any other question? I know you had something else. I think you said
I think
something.
about family relations was another thing. If you had time to
Yeah, well,
elaborate.
that's interesting again, because that's that 4th house that I was talking about with the Virgo, and you have something at the eclipse that's coming up, not just tomorrow's eclipse. You have something that's coming up in the eclipse that we have in 2 weeks. There's a
Yeah, because there's
solar
two.
eclipse in 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah. So
So you have 29 degrees Virgo. Like,
okay.
you have an object exactly there, by the way.
Mm.
Yeah,
What does
and you
that
know what it
mean?
is? It's Estrella, and, she's kind of like a pit bull. She keeps at it. She keeps
Oh
working.
dear. Okay.
Well, I know pit bull's a strong word. The reason I say that with Estrella is that sometimes she doesn't know when to stop. She
Mm.
doesn't know when something's done, when it's over, when it's ended. And so because yours is at a 29 degrees, this is usually like a crisis point in a person's chart where they probably have to
Mhm.
make a decision of some sort, especially in Virgo, because that's like a Mercury ruled thing. But it might be a choice. It's in the 4th house of home and family. All
Mhm.
right. And Virgo it can really want things to be just so, like to be perfect. And so sometimes we might have to realize we have to back up, back down. Um, like don't overly focus on the details.
Mhm.
That's the lesson of Virgo energy. Now, because it's a solar eclipse, it does bring about a promise of a tangible new beginning. And it's in Virgo, right? So whether it's health of a family member, again, mother wound, mother energy, but it's domestic energy, right? But also my day-to-day routines, and meaning the work that I do within my daily routines. Um, yeah, it's also that 29 billionaire degree you have there. So I kind of like that actually. Somebody having the pit bull, I just keep
Mhm.
plugging away at the billionaire degree. Wow. Let that baby work until it brings you that billionaire money, damn it.
Okay.
However, there might be whether it's expectations or it's not expectations necessarily, but there's a high degree of how something should be. I know that sounds like expectations. And so the only thing is that if you have that, especially for home and family, especially domestic wise, that ideal, that perfection, if you want to have that for you, that's fine, but you can't really put that on others.
Right.
So that's where it gets very tricky. Just in general for everybody, it gets very tricky. So as long as you're aware of that, then great. But in terms of work too, you might want to consider work partners, partnerships, because I don't know if your work is solely alone or if some of your work depends on somebody else, like whether pieces of the work are broken up, so to
Uh,
speak.
yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then this would apply to that too.
Okay.
You follow?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That my
I mean, I
expectations
kind
are
of like
high
things.
for myself, but then I can't expect it to be the same for others, basically.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. You can hope and wish, but to keep yourself sane, you just have to
Mhm.
be like, okay, it's in the chart. It's the expectation is unrealistic actually. So you have a
Yeah.
very high expectation for yourself.
Yep. Doesn't
But
it?
it just so you know, it's unrealistic.
It's unrealistic. Okay.
Yeah. And so
Okay.
when we know that, because perfection is not obtainable, right? Not as
Mhm.
human beings, like, we have flaws, and that's life. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what makes us human, are our flaws. So, I know, like, big exhale or inhale, whichever one that was, that's just something for you to, I guess, make peace with and to surrender to, actually, because to help that 29 degrees Estrella and the perfection thing, it's more of the surrender of, "You know what? I did the best I could. It's just gonna have to be good enough. They're doing the best they can. It's just gonna have to be good enough," because
Mhm.
there's nothing you can do about it anyway, except probably stress yourself out over it,
Mhm. Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
So, do yourself a favor and don't stress yourself out
Okay.
by saying, "Okay, I'm giving it whatever your saying is. Calgon, take me away. Give it to God."
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people have their own little things,
Mhm.
whatever works for you,
Okay.
okay?
Okay. All right.
And, yeah, don't beat yourself up, in terms of whether it's work or whether it's mother issues, whatever it is, because you've just got stuff in the 4th house. You've got a lot there.
Yep. Okay.
So with all that there, that just means it's loaded. And you
Mhm.
have a lot of things that point to perfection, not just Astrea. You have Libra energy there too. And so Libra is Venus. And again, Venus, anytime we talk about Venus, it's perfection. And a perfection probably expected in those partnerships. And that's
Mhm.
hard. That's hard.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind. It's a process. It's a process. Okay.
Okay.
It's a process. Um, was there anything else real quick?
No, I think that's it for now, and then I'll just, if I can, I'll join your. I know you mentioned a spot in
Oh,
September for
yeah, yeah,
private
yeah, yeah,
live,
I
but
see your
I'll do
yeah.
the October one. I think I'll have
Okay,
to.
yeah, I see that you sent yeah, I'll communicate with you afterwards.
Perfect. Thank
Okay?
you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yep, you're welcome, thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Alright. Yep, you too. Bye-bye. Alright, guys, hold on a second, let me get this light going. I know everyone's probably like, "Why is G sitting in the dark? Because she forgot to plug in her damn light." Alrighty. I had so much going on, like, literally. Oh, Lord. I might need some light. Hold on again. Hold on a second. Um, how do I turn this damn light on this thing? Like that. All right, let's see here. Oh, no wonder I couldn't turn it on. I was trying to plug it in to the damn switch and it wasn't the outlet. Well, that was pretty silly of me. Okay. All right, guys, hold on, hold on. I'm coming. All righty, there we go. Let there be light. Okay. All right, let me turn this thing off. Um, oh, I got to turn this torch off. There it is. Okay. Okay, so for people who sent a gift to the channel, all right. So Carrie, I got you. Abatha is next. Okay, let me get to Abatha so that we can keep this Keep this flowing. Oopsie daisies. All right. So, Abatha, do you want the link? Um, I'm going to put this in here for you in case you want the link. So the link is only for the person that I am saying that it's for. This is for Abatha because she is up next. And there's an updated list. Okay. Thank you so much for all your work, Stacy. I appreciate it. Let me get the updated list. Okay, I see the updated. Okay. This must not be the updated list. We still got teamwork on it. I probably grabbed the wrong one. That's okay. I'm just going to focus on Abatha. Abatha, are you here? Yes, the link. It's fine. Okay, I dropped the link for you. Go get it. And in the meantime, I'll go find your chart. Let's get you in here and let's move this on so that we can. There's Abatha. Okay. All right. I've got your chart. Let's get it on the screen. There we go. We're moving along here. And let's get Abatha. Oh, is Abatha here? She was. She's gone. You know, she might not have a good connection. That happens. Okay, Abatha, are you there? We're going to, well, let me go see. What did Abatha, did she ask me a question already? Let's see if she did. No, I don't see. Oh, all right. Abatha, you'd used Cash App. The other one used PayPal. There's also Venmo down below for people. I know people like options. I know I like options. Okay, so we got Abatha's chart on the screen. And I don't know what Abatha wants to look at real quick. So let's, yeah, Abatha, the link, it's giving me a hard time. Okay, so what am I looking at then, Abatha? I'm not going to pop back over to the chat, but if you just put in the chat real quick while I'm looking at it, because once I start looking at that chart, I'm not going to see the chat. Abatha has entered the studio. Okay, look at that. Let's get Abatha in here. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh, we got you.
Finally.
Very good. Loud and clear. We got you. Awesome. All right. What am I looking at?
So I just wanted to check like what's coming toward me for the eclipse.
Okay. Okay. So here's your chart and let's see what you got there. 15 degrees of Virgo. You got something at 10 in Virgo and you've got something at 10 in Pisces and you also have something at 13 in Pisces. Okay. So you have something at 13 and 19. Okay. So this is in your second house of money and values and desires. That's where the eclipse is current in your chart. And this is a, let me click on this so I can see it. Okay, this is a Jupiter Neptune midpoint. All right, that matters. Let me go look at your Jupiter real quick. Oh, are you? I know I'm going to sound stupid because I know you've been here multiple times before. Are you the one with the courtroom stuff or no?
Yes, it's me. It's me. It's
Okay.
me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's see. That's a Jupiter Neptune, and this is a Jupiter Uranus. Oh. Okay. So judges, judgments, surprises. You haven't heard anything up and yet, like this week at all? You haven't heard anything? Because
Um I I haven't heard anything yet, but I have an appointment coming up with a neurologist on September 25th.
oh, that's the other eclipse. Aha. Okay. Yeah, because this eclipse will stay active, but normally when you have objects that close, something would already be in the works. You would have already been like communicated, you would have a court date or something already,
Yeah.
because it doesn't all of a sudden eclipse on Sunday and then all of a sudden Monday someone contacts you. It's a possibility, but that would be, like you said, if it's in the courts, there's a system you got to go through.
Yeah.
So, all right. So the next one, this eclipse for tomorrow is with your income and your values, possibly your dreams about your future. Okay. And you might be changing your mind about some things or realizing some things that you were hoping for. Maybe it's the timeline, even because it's a dream about the future, possibly. Now, this can be love as well, because it's the second house, remember. This can be pertaining to the courtroom stuff, but it can also be pertaining to a love interest. Okay. There might be some surprises in that. This eclipse tomorrow is more about like an ending and a release. It's an emotional thing. Okay. The eclipse towards the end of the month is going to be more of a material, tangible thing. So let me kind of go take a look at that, is because that's kind of closer to what your question was.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So that one is going to be, let me look at your Virgo. Okay. Look, you have something there. Do you see this? 29 degrees of Virgo in the 8th house. You have Sirius there at that billionaire degree. Oh, my Lord. Okay. So you're going to have an eclipse there. Let me see if you got some other things lining up at that 29. Wow. Okay. So you do have something down here. El Sion at 29. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. All right. Let me go and move forward a little bit in time for you, so that we can kind of take a peek at this. Let me go to the 20th. Okay, so insurance is activated here. So, because this is the 8th house, other people's money, right? Other
Yeah.
people's money is the 8th house. And so, whether it's through taxes or shared values, shared interests, if it pertains to love or love interest, this, the 8th house is deeply bonded energy. So, physical bonds, can be blood bonds like inheritances, but it can also be like, an intimate partnership kind of bonds. It's emotional and physical bonding in the 8th house energy. And Sirius being there and this marking the point of like a new beginning. Now, I will also add that because we have energy of releases and let goes as well. Okay. So there may be something here that's a wound from the past that we have to release and let go. This Sirius being here at this 29 and this being this eclipse point. Were you injured in the past? Is that what this court date's about? Does it?
Yeah, I was injured at work. A patient almost broke
Okay.
my neck, so that's what's going on.
Okay. So, but that's what the court date coming up is about, right? It's connected
Yeah.
to that. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So this can be a nice new beginning for you. And I pray to God it is. I'm like,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm tired. It's we've been going through this, especially me, for almost 2 years now. So it's like I want this case
Yeah,
to be over so I can start my life. Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. And having Virgo there, Virgo's like this kind of practical, energy where it brings the receipts. It's like, well, here's the proof kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Virgo doesn't gloss over the details. It brings the details. It brings the details. So let me go look at Jupiter real quick. Okay. Oh, wow. Interesting. You're going to have Jupiter in your 6th house, which is some more Virgo energy, but it also talks about work and the past. because it's in Cancer energy in your 6th house. And let me see if we got something that's going to connect with that 28. Okay, Saturn is going to be at the opposition. Oh, wow. Okay, this looks like this looks like you're going to see some movement.
Thank God.
This looks like you're going to see movement. Something definitely is going to be happening because there's a lot of things changing here. Like Neptune is about to go into Pisces, which is water. Mars is about to go into Scorpio, which is more other people's money energy, wounds from the past, injuries, like the 8th house is trauma, right?
Yep.
So having the Sirius and Virgo in the 8th and the new beginning being there and the talk about wounds and things that have happened from the past. Gosh, I'm really hoping that this pans out for you, that there's some money at the other end of this tunnel for you.
Amen.
You do have Venus in your 9th house. And the 9th house would be the judicial system, courtrooms and judges. And let me see the degree on this Venus. You got a lot in Scorpio there. Hold on a minute. Okay, she's at 8. Okay. All right, let me do one quick little thing here. So Jupiter is your benefic. That's good. That's what we want to look for. And Mars is your malefic. All right, well, that makes sense. Your physical body. Okay, so Mars is going to go into Scorpio, and it's going to square Neptune, then it's going to square the nodes. Okay, Mars is going to end up getting a square from your north and your south node. Okay. So this is going to be yourself, your physical body, your partnerships, business partnerships, relationships, but also lawyer energy. So action of some sort's going to happen. It's going to involve courtrooms and judges. I think it's going to be a little bit of time because Mars is going to have to travel through and hit your midheaven. And we're going to also, Jupiter is going to be doing a retrograde. But what is it going to talk to when it retrogrades for you? It goes to 25. Okay, because you got a 25-degree. Okay. Okay, so you're going to have a Jupiter squaring Jupiter, and let me give you that information because then it's going to go retrograde. So what it looks like when there's a retrograde, you might get some information. There might be a ruling of some sort, but then the Jupiter's going to go backwards. It will touch and talk to your Jupiter. So that's a Jupiter square Jupiter. That even though it's a square, it has the opportunity to be very beneficial because after all, Jupiter is your greater benefic in your chart. But it is in your 3rd house. So it is a communication. It is, you're going to get some information, some news. Hopefully it's good news. Let me look at where Mercury's going to be. We're going to have Mercury at 3 at this time. This is in November. It'll probably be a little bit before. So we're talking October, which is kind of what I was feeling. October. You have a Chiron in June at 9. Okay. At 9. All right. It's about your future. Okay. It's a possibility that this has some delays involved. I know you don't want to hear that. But because this Jupiter is going to do a retrograde, it's going to hit 25. So it's going to talk to your Jupiter. It's got to have a conversation about it, a communication. Then it's got to go backwards. So that's going to, yeah. There's probably going to be some more back and forth. Now, hopefully the back and forth is more like paperwork where you're like, okay, sure, I'll sign that. Sure. Yeah, let's do this. Hopefully it's that kind of a back and forth. Because that's the kind of back and forth you want, right? Because every time we have retrogrades, there's sometimes just an exchange of information where I have to sign paperwork and I have to send it in, and then the lawyer calls me and that kind of crap.
Mhm.
So it can be that, but it can also be a communication coming through of their, well, we're setting another
Keep
court date or
yeah,
something.
keep pushing stuff.
Yeah, well, if you're going up against big money, they have a lot of money to keep delaying stuff. Like yeah,
That's what
that's
they've
what,
been doing.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's what, yep, that's how they roll. That's what they're trained to do. Delay, delay, delay. So, because of the Jupiter retrograde and the Mercury retrograde, you are going to have both, and they happen on top of. Let me check your Mercury. Yeah, your natal Mercury is part of the Mercury retrograde that happens. It happens at the later degree of Scorpio and the earlier degrees of Saggy. So this tells me this isn't completed now. This isn't finished because there's a lot of back and forth still. There's still going to be a
Mhm.
lot of back and forth between Jupiter and Mercury. Oh, I was hoping I would be able to be like, yes, you're getting a payout. It's going to happen. Now, you can possibly still get that, but I don't see it happening um, until the Jupiter retrograde is over, like until it gets back to 25 degrees. And I think the second time around that it comes back to the 25 degrees, that to me would be a point where where I'm like, okay, this is the countdown. I should hear something, and it better be a cha-ching, damn it. Because it's Jupiter squaring Jupiter. And that
So
can be,
so
so that's
is that
2026.
something that you see happening this year or next year?
That's 2026.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 2026. Jupiter won't get back. It's yeah. Let me get give me let me do this real quick for you so I can jump ahead. Jupiter doesn't get back. We want to get it close enough to your Jupiter. Yeah, you're talking 6 months into next year. Almost 6 months. You're talking May, April.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll have the Jupiter square the Jupiter. Now, if it's before then, because you will have a Jupiter, um, oh, actually you won't. Your Venus is too low. I was gonna say you're gonna have a Jupiter trining your Venus, but you're not going to. Yeah, I'm probably gonna stick with that
Okay.
because that would have the
Um,
money up. Yeah, the other money would have been that.
okay, that's fine. I just have a question. Can you see anything when it comes to love and relationship for me, please and thank you.
Um, okay, let me look real quick here. You got Venus in your seventh house right now. So Venus is love energy. It's like your love language. And so as Venus goes through your seventh house of partnerships, this is a time, yeah, and you've got Venus sitting right on your Pallas Athena. Look at that. That's a time of making plans and kind of being strategic, actually, for partnerships, love, and professional partnerships. Now, for a female looking for male energy companionship, you're looking for Jupiter energy. So this kind of creates a delay. It's the same delay I just spoke about because it's Jupiter.
Okay.
And Jupiter doesn't enter your seventh house until 2026, not until after the first 6 months of 2026. Now, it
Okay.
doesn't mean you can't find some love connections before then, but when Jupiter goes through someone's seventh house, you usually get multiple opportunities for a love connection.
Okay.
You follow? But that's some time away.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. You take care.
You as well.
Yep. Bye-bye. All right. Okay. We got Steffi, we got Christy, we got Stacy, and I'm trying to move fast. I'm trying to move fast. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm trying to be over by 11 o'clock. You heard me. I said it. My days have been starting so early. I'm just like, I got to start, yeah, making some changes with my timeline here. All right. So, who's the next person? Let me see. Where's there it is. Updated list. I got it. Okay. CG, Abatha, we're done with all that. Stacy's passing. Karen, is Karen here? Karen, are you here? All right. It's time to check in. It's roll call. Karen, are you here? Because you're next. Karen, are you still here? If not, I'm moving on. It says Karen is next. Karen, are you here? Going once, going twice. Karen. Come on, Karen. I know Karen usually, I think anytime she comes, she's she checks out kind of early, I think, because she has to go to bed. I think she's up early, to be honest with you. She's probably up with the birds. She's a busy. Oh, Karen is here. Oh my gosh. Karen's in the green room. Oh my God, let's get Karen in here.
Hi,
Hello,
Dee.
hello. Hey,
How are you
how are you?
doing? Besides tired.
I'm hanging in there. It's been a crazy week.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
been a
life's been
crazy
crazy.
several years for me. So
Well, that too, but I'm when I say that, it's just the added layer of craziness. You follow? There's always
yes,
the baseline
yes, and
of
you were
being
mentioning Uranus too,
yes. Oh God, yes. Yeah. I'm
and
just glad that I know astrology because I've just been like, I ain't even gonna sweat this shit because it's so
right. No,
crazy.
it is helpful.
I
It is
already
so
know.
helpful to
Yeah.
know
Yep.
when transits are going on and where where that's at and how
And I'm
that
like
might
a
affect
dedicated
you
bitch
and
about it. So I'm not gonna let myself get any more upset. I'm like, I just let it go, let it just happen, whatever. That's
right.
how I feel.
Yeah, well, that's sometimes what we got to do.
Yep, absolutely. It's either that or you freaking lose it, man. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I just have to chill
Yeah,
and just be like, let it happen, whatever. Are we done yet?
right. I don't know. I feel like I'm ready for these eclipses because it doesn't matter what's going. At least it'll change something.
Well, that's the other thing. When we know when we're feeling like shit is horrible, then we welcome change. Absolutely. We're like,
Right.
hell yeah. All right. Is that what you want me to look at real quick for you? Is the eclipse
Yeah,
stuff?
and Uranus is sitting right on my rising. Uh,
Yeah. How's that been feeling for you?
well, I mean,
Did you notice it the last 7 days?
yeah, I feel more like anxious than normal, which I'm
Absolutely.
already a mess because I have a
Anxiety.
Virgo stellium. So, you know,
Yep. Yep. Let me look
and
for it. I'm staring at it and I didn't put it on.
I've hit a couple fairly, decent scratch offs lately.
Oh, nice. Oh, awesome. I have so many people asking about the lottery. That is so great to hear that somebody had a little luck.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm so freaking happy about that. Um,
Forgive
so
me.
you
I'm
think it was
I'm
Uranus, huh?
getting over being
Surprise
sick.
factor
So
coming through. Oh, well, no wonder. No wonder in her 5th house. What did that happen like recently
yeah. Yeah. I mean it's not a
when
lot,
Uranus
but I
started
mean
slowing
I'm
down?
grateful for anything. So
Oh, right. Well, it's just that you have Mercury, like news, good news, possibly, right? Especially for you in your 5th house of taking a risk. And then Uranus is sitting over here on your vertex, fate. So you've got Uranus and vertex together trining your Mercury. Dude, let me see. You have the sun going through your 5th house as well. Remember, the 5th house is where we play the lottery and gamble and take a risk.
right.
Okay. She's like,
I
I know
do.
this.
Yeah, I do, but
Believe you me.
I know the basics, and so I know where things hit.
Yeah.
What I'm terrible at is aspects, and what's aspecting what, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
no
Well, it's a lot.
idea.
It's a lot. I
Yeah,
mean, it really is. People, so I call myself an astrology geek. You have to be a goddamn geek, really, to get into it like that.
right.
You just do. I look at this and I'm like, I am nuts. I am nuts.
That's a good thing.
So the eclipse now. Tomorrow's eclipse.
Yeah.
is 15 degrees of Pisces. And guess what she has on her third house cusp line? 16 degrees of Pisces. Yeah, so the eclipse is right on your third house cusp line. Now, the third house is news and information. It's a lot like that Mercury stuff, right? It's family though, because you got Cancer energy there. And you got the Cancer degree, the mom energy, big time mom energy. Wow. Okay. So having the eclipse there, this should have already been triggered for you. You should have already noticed something in your life. So siblings possibly, for sure, because it's family members, feminine energy, most likely, a change, but communication, and maybe it's just a change in communication, or all of a sudden, because it's Pisces. Oh, wait, I'm looking at Cancer. I'm so sorry. I'm sitting here saying Cancer energy. It's Pisces. Pisces is up here. Oh, yeah. I need to get to bed or sleep in a little bit more next time. My bad.
Right.
We're up here. I'm so sorry. You have 6 degrees in Pisces up there. Okay. The moon's there right now. Look at that. Wow. Right there at your midheaven. Okay. So you don't have anything over there. Not really. Your black moon is at 9, but we're talking 15. So let me go down to Virgo and see if you have something. 15. What is that? What is that? Your Pluto is at 18 and Vesta. Okay. Vesta's at 16. Okay. So again, this is in your 5th house of taking a risk. It's your Virgo energy, so it's the domestic stuff. It's in the home, it's with the family, it's with your children. It's also having a good time and fun and taking a risk, which you've been utilizing that, which is great. So the eclipse energy, because this is at 16, it's more family energy. 16 degrees is family. So I don't know if you've noticed something, but your daily routines with children and with family. Okay.
Yeah.
And whether it's mom and you being the mom or your mom, but you've got this at a mom degree. So you being a mother to the children, or just, yeah, I'm the ultimate domestic. I'm the mom in the home, and the traditional kind of, there's the cleaning, there's the housekeeping, there's just the whole traditional mom kind of stuff, possibly.
Yeah.
Do you like that kind of stuff?
Well, I do, but I
She's
also
like, I'm
need.
so over it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I need to be there, but I also need to I want a job. I've been studying
Oh, good.
in my spare time,
Oh, good.
um, but really need a job now. But
Yeah.
I've
No, I
been
get it.
needing a job, but things are, I mean, I see all the changes that are getting ready to happen. I mean, I've been taking, I know I told you before, it's been a while, but,
Yeah.
like
You have to refresh my
I
memory.
take my autistic grandchild back and forth to ABA
Oh,
therapy, and
oh,
Monday through Friday. But my daughter is
yeah.
getting ready to get a car. She's getting ready to take that over. So there's a
Oh,
change
great.
there. She's also 8 months pregnant.
Oh,
So another grandbaby coming in.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Busy energy. But you got Mars in the 4th house, so busy in the home, always taking action in the home. Mars in the 4th. So that's what these eclipses bring about, a change. And this change that it's bringing about with your family members, um, and children, and you just described part of the day-to-day routine. The change for the tomorrow, and the change like what you literally just said, one of your routines you're probably not going to have to do anymore. And because it's a Virgo, you've got things in Virgo. So that's the thing about the Pisces stuff, is it's at the opposite of Virgo. So if we don't have a whole lot up there in Pisces, we look at the opposite end of that, right? And so that's why you're going through this change. You're changing up your daily routines. And that's it. Your daily routines with your family members. Now, can it bring about a change for work? The eclipse itself is just the 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 15 degrees in Pisces and in Virgo. With eclipses, we don't look at the aspects in terms of squares and trines. It's only these 2 points in the chart they get activated. So, you don't have anything up there in Pisces other than the black moon Lilith at 9. Okay. And Lilith can make things difficult. All right. Especially if it's about our visions and our dreams and our goals. And yours is in group energy. Okay. And friends. So I don't know if you can relate to that. If there's something with friends where you're like, okay, um, can be some difficult energy to come across. But for the most part, it's a release and a let go of something, but it does bring the promise of bringing about something new. And you kind of already described that. You know, you've been studying or learning and learning some kind of add to your skill set. And what I love about that is because that's your Uranus in Gemini. It says something new. It says I'm adding to my skill set. That's Gemini. I'm learning to add to my skill set, Gemini. Um, so that's what this eclipse is doing. It's changing up the domestic stuff with the children.
When Uranus is retrograde, um, like that's usually internal. I mean, but with Uranus, is that like I don't exactly get that.
It's in your first house, so it is physical as well.
Okay.
Because it's a retrograde, that you're right. They do say it's internal. But if you're talking about, like, we'll put it like this. If I have a bottle of pop that's been it's still sealed, right? It's officially still sealed, hasn't been open. But if I shake it up, it's internal, isn't it?
Yeah.
But what does it bring about? Like, you take that lid off and poo, right? It kind
Yeah.
of explodes. It sprays everywhere. So it's internal, but yet when we have a planet in our first house, it's external. We see the change in you. And with Uranus in your appearance has likely been going through a transformation and a change of some sort. You could either look more youthful or possibly older because it's youth or older people with Uranus energy, but definitely about doing something unconventional and solo, maybe needing a little bit more freedom, taking more time for myself, where it's like you're involved in solo activities, solo learning, possibly, because you said learning, and it's
Yeah.
Gemini. Gemini's learning. And so you took action, first house, to learn, or yeah, whatever that is, right? You're just adding to your skill sets. So it's internal, but because it's in your first, you take action with it. Okay.
Right. And it's in computers, by the way. So another Uranus thing.
Technology, absolutely. That makes
Yeah.
sense. That's good. That makes a whole lot of sense. And it makes even more sense because it's the vertex and the Uranus, and they're trining your Mercury. And your Mercury is our curiosity. And it says, I want to learn. I want to keep on learning. Right. Oh, Lord, I'm
Yeah.
having more light issues tonight. This is the goddamn Uranus. It's the second time tonight. And so, yeah, that's what's going on there. Now, did you have any other question?
Yeah. What does my marriage look like?
Well, the 7th house stuff is our marriage. The 2nd house stuff is our marriage. What do you have? Is that your Jupiter at 0? No, it's Sirius.
No.
Our midheaven is our long-term commitments. Oh, no wonder. You've got Pallas Athena exactly sitting at your midheaven tonight. She's the strategist. She's thinking about things, and she's thinking about my long-term commitments at your midheaven. Interesting. Well, let me see if you have anything that's going to be, I mean, Uranus would be the disruptor. Let's see if it's been disrupting things. Oh, I see. Your Venus is low in the Virgo. It's at 12. Okay, well, it hasn't disrupted that yet. Do you feel like there's already? Oh, I see, because you got Pluto. Okay, Pluto's at 1. You got, is that Persephone? Oh, Persephone feels alone. Is that relatable to you?
Oh, God, yes.
Okay. Because this Pluto Yeah. See, this is in your 9th house of your beliefs about your future. All right. This Pluto up here is about change and transformation, and it's sitting on your Persephone. And your Persephone is somebody who feels isolated and alone. And that's because Pluto was there. So you're thinking, I'm tired of feeling isolated and alone. I want to make a change.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's over the road truck driver, so this is nothing new.
Mhm.
And
But it's bothering you because this is the planets are where they are. You
right.
follow?
Yeah.
And yeah, where Pluto goes, it makes a change. Now, does it have to be like a permanent change, or does it say, I suggest a change? Because you're in a relationship, you're in a committed relationship, right?
Yeah.
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 So it's not like you just throw it out the window because you're going through this because
No.
you got Pluto on your damn Persephone.
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not
But you
trying to
need
do
to
that.
initiate.
I'm actually just looking for, a break so we can spend time together because,
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And it's connecting to your Mercury. So that means that you're going to have to initiate and make a change. And you said you need to take a break so you can spend time together. Well, then you need to do that.
Right. But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I just have to do that first, then get a job, study. I'm all over the
Well,
place.
that's your Mercury. Your Mercury's got a hand in all of this. This Pluto, this same Pluto that's talking to your Persephone is also talking to your Mercury along with this Uranus and this vertex. So it is all over the damn place. Mercury is very much scattered. It has a very hard time staying focused on one thing. It's like, oh, I've got like 15 different projects going on.
Right.
Yeah. So, you're trying to stay focused, and that's the goal with Mercury energy. We have to try to figure out, we have to slim down on our list and pick. You have to make some priorities, some decisions, and you have to have like a top 3. You can have 5 there, but you have to have what are the top 3 within that 5, and you have to zero in on those.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I hope that helps. I'm gonna try and figure out the damn
It
lighting.
does. It does. It's just, it just is hard because it's,
Yeah.
I also have my mom here, so
Yeah,
that I
you're a busy
take care
woman.
of her. And so, and I can,
Well, if Lou I don't think Lou S is here, but if Lou S was here, she would tell you to get your calendar out and book this stuff in on your calendar. Have a full month where you can find a spot where you can schedule in that one-on-one time with your significant other. And do not
right. That's hard to do with his job, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because he can be anywhere at any time and he, has to. So,
Well, that's why the Pluto says we have to make a change. And so Pluto doesn't say, okay, well, you have to completely get rid of it, but there has to be a change if we're going to continue. How about that?
right. That's okay. I'm good at the scattered stuff, so I'll figure it out. I'm just.
Okay, good. All right. Well, you report back and let us know.
I will. I'm sorry I've been gone so long. I really do miss you and everybody in the group. I've just been doing a lot of
Well, you're
different
a busy
things and
person. Yeah.
yeah,
You're all over the place.
we've already established that. So,
Yep.
all right, I
All
will
right. Well, check
definitely.
back in when you can.
Okay, I will.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Take care. All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right. Let me see if I can get this. Who's next? Before we got Karen done. Let me go find that list again. There it is. Okay, so after Karen is magically intuitive. Is magically intuitive here, and then it says cats. It's passing. So after magically intuitive is where's the person that actually? I got to get people who've sent money. Is I got to figure out who is somebody sent money, and it's under the name Kay Swanson. Is it somebody I'm assuming who's in the chat, but because I just don't see their name, it doesn't match. We got to get that cleared up so that I know who I'm reading. who I'm doing. Yeah, man. I know I got to get my lights on. This looks insane. So, is intuitive still here? Magically intuitive? Going once, going twice. Magically intuitive, you're up. And then after magically intuitive, Jay Comfort, are you here? Is Jay Comfort here? Oh, magically intuitive. I know magically intuitive is next, but is magically intuitive here? Roll call. Come on. Come on. Let's get it on. Let's go. Yes, you're welcome, Karen. You take care of yourself. Okay, magically intuitive. I don't see you checking in. I don't see you in the chat. Magically intuitive might have checked out. All right. So, oh, there's magically. Can I check next week energies? All right, let's do that real quick for magically, and then I will get my I want to be able to before I end tonight. I want to be able to get the other person that sent money. I want to read for them. Magically. Yeah, so before I forget, I think I told you guys this already. I think I got one more spot open for September for the private live. Email me if you're interested in it. I put the email in the chat somewhere. Reach out and let me know. Okay, let's get this chart up here. Share screen, please. Do it today. Thank you. There we go. Okay. I hated Uranus in my first house. Oh. It was a sucky time, huh? You still have it there. I'm just saying, you probably didn't like it in Taurus. I'm sure. Taurus does not like change at all. Doesn't like disruptions. Not at all. And yeah, Uranus retrograding, you might be feeling it because it's a retrograde with Sedna. You might be feeling it on your sun. You got a 3-degree sun in Gemini and a black moon Lilith right there too. So I'm thinking, yeah, you might be feeling it. Yeah, it just brings about changes. It can bring about physical changes. We start doing things and we start looking differently, whether it's our hair, our clothing, or our physical body. So next week. All right. So you've got the sun going through your 5th house. You got Venus in the 4th house. Okay. I love that. Venus at home in the 4th house for you right now. Venus in Leo energy. That's really wanting to have a good time in the home. So whether I'm using food, smells, scents, making things beautiful in the home, maybe I'm doing some cleaning, right? You're still going to have Venus trucking through your 4th all this week coming up. So that's kind of nice. Venus can make the home peaceful, beautiful, and harmonious. That's really important if you have to share space, if you're not the only one in your home. And if you are the only one in your home, well, then you're like, dude, I kind of want to just have a good time. Venus can get lazy in the Leo energy. Because that lion kind of wants to sometimes just lay around in the sun. But it's really creative energy, really creative. So I would utilize that. But this can also be a little bit of thinking of romance, possibly, because it's that Leo stuff too. And everybody always seems, lately anyway, asking about the romance department. You've got Jupiter going through your 3rd. That's not going to change this week. Mercury going through your 5th house of taking a risk with Virgo energy. So, having Virgo in the 5th, let me see if you have anything connecting dots here with that. because you have a part of victory coming up that the sun was already on 3 days ago. Did you notice anything 3 days ago? Anything's like beneficial where you felt like you had a victory of sorts? It could have been with children or with your own creativity. It's Virgo stuff. So if you're creative and you're busy, like your daily routines, maybe just specifically your health, even health routines or with pets, even. Yeah, 3 days ago, the sun was there. And then Mercury's going to be there. Yeah, that's like Monday. Mercury will be there. So that can bring about news and information. It's sibling energy. It's coworkers. I don't see it as being something huge, but it is the part of victory. So I'm always kind of curious with these Arabic lots if they actually produce something. I know some of them definitely, but some of these other ones are a little bit more obscure. And so I haven't been following them long enough to know. All right, so let's see here. Let's see. Let me see. You don't have anything in Pisces for the eclipse. But this freaking part of victory is at 11 degrees. So hopefully you had like a little win of some sort or something beneficial and good that came along. Sometimes people just have some beautiful moments with their pets or have some good stuff with their health going on, where they're feeling better, or maybe even just with a health routine. Virgo's more like yoga and walking, more holistic stuff. The good thing is the 5th house is my place of fun, but it is the romance too. Okay. It is also the romance, the mating and the dating and all that good stuff. So if you're looking to have fun, this could be the time to do it. As the sun goes through your 5th house, it'll be there for, 15 more days to be specific. So, well, actually a little bit longer because you've got 9 degrees of Libra there. Yeah. Did you stop some sort of a daily routine? And because with the eclipse, this is what this would have done. It would have said, I'm changing routines, my domestic stuff, things that I do in the home, things that are part of my health routine, and even cleaning and like not just the house, but self-hygiene and stuff like that. Maybe just changed up some of that stuff because this 11 degrees victory thing. Yeah. I'm thinking something there was, I see your comment. Let me see. Who is that? Sinister Days? You did, huh? I got to figure out how to test you on that. That means you would know how much you sent. I had quite a few people sent money tonight. You would know how much you sent, right? Yeah, if you want to private message me, you can. There's a private message in there where you can private chat me. At least I think you have access to that. And then you can tell me what you sent me. That'll be my way to test if you were the person who sent the cashola. Okay, so I would say that take advantage of this time with the sun and Mercury going through your 5th. If romance is of interest, if not, don't worry about it. But joy and creativity are the focus wherever the sun is at. And the sun's in that 5th house. Okay. Some people have been even playing the lottery, right? So you might want to give that a whirl. And yeah. I will add one last thing for you. As this Uranus goes retrograde, and you might feel it right now because you have a Mars at 29 degrees in Leo here. Okay. Yeah, you have a Mars at 29 degrees in Leo. So that energy tends to kind of, it really feels like it is the big boss, like it rules totally. So with that Uranus getting closer to 29 degrees of Taurus, this technically is a square. It's Uranus and Saturn squaring your physical body, your Mars energy. So this can make a person kind of feisty, kind of irritated and agitated. And the best way to handle that is either, sometimes they say physical activity, but solo. Like I need solo projects that are going to physically challenge me. It doesn't mean that you have to go all out and knock yourself out. As long as whatever it is actually a physical challenge for your body, and you have to know what that would be and what that would look like and what that feels like for yourself. That way it takes off the stress and the tension and the irritation and the impatience. It takes that edge off because we're with that Uranus there, we're majorly easily irritated. And the Mars and Uranus mixture can be like a lightning bolt where we strike out at others, especially loved ones. So that's what's going on. I hope this helps. All right. Let me see if I can get my damn light back on. Okay, so the next person. Let me see if this is even plugged in. I don't know why it turned off. Yeah, it's plugged in. Oh, it probably turned off because it wasn't completely charged, and I, like a dum-dum, used it the whole time and let the battery completely run out on it. All right. I was just, it's funny. I was just saying today, I need a backup for that. That's, yeah, 2 is 1. Okay. So next on the list is Stacy had it. Who's the next person? Is Jay Comfort still here? Jay Comfort is next. Jay Comfort, are you here? Hello, Christy. Hello, Gibson. I didn't get to say hello to you guys. And hello, Steffi. Actually, I think I might have said hello to Steffi. Okay, going once. Jay Comfort, going once, going twice. Jay Comfort, if you're here, you have to, I need to see your name. You got to type in on the chat to let me know that you're here. Otherwise, I'll have to catch you next week or maybe on a private lives. If you want to do that, you can email me. I threw the email in the chat here somewhere. All right. So as I'm looking at my list, Jay Comfort, and then it says Christy, and then Sinister Days said, yep, there's Steffi. I should have added my name instead of just Reed. So Sinister Days, yes, Sinister Days, that's you. Okay, I got you. I got you. You got it. I have your digits already, right? Because I know you've been here before. Okay, so let me go back to my email. So in front of you, though, we have Jay Comfort, and then we have Christy. Okay, Christy. Christy, it says that you sent a Cash App. Okay, well, Jay Comfort's not. Okay. Well, Christy, you're next then. Is Christy still here? Google Chrome. Oh, God, please let's not start any computer problems. Let's not start any tech problems now, damn it. Don't be doing this. Don't do this. I have been in tech hell for a long time. And I mean, it's not just the computers. Like, I don't even have a phone right now. It's how insane it is. It's really insane. All right. Let me double check back over here. Okay, so Christy's next. Okay, thank you, Sinister. Okay, so Christy's up next. Let's get Christy in here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello? Oh, she must. I don't hear you, Christy. Normally, I have to turn my microphone or my thing down when Christy gets on because she's like, boom, which is great. Because normally I'm struggling to hear people. Christy, are you there? Maybe she had to run out and maybe she had to go to the bathroom real quick. Let me get her chart up here. Okay, where's Christy with a K? HIJK. Okay, we got you. Here it is. I'm wearing a wool sweater right now. Long sleeve. I'm just saying that because it's bizarre. We had the coolest August ever. Really wild. I'm wearing jeans and a freaking wool sweater. And wool socks, of course, and wool slippers. Like, holy shit. Like, autumn came early this year. Where the hell is Christy at? Christy, what's going on? Is Christy okay? Uh-oh. Maybe it's an internet thing? Hello, hello. Yeah, Christy sent a cash app. All right, so Carrie, you're after Christy, or Sinister Days, you're right after Christy. Christy, are you there? Hello, hello, hello. Let me get her on the damn screen. Maybe that'll help. Maybe she's having some internet stuff, right? It says that she's here, but the screen went black, so she's doing something. Maybe she wants, oh, there she is. I can't hear her though. Look, she went out just that fast. Did you see that? Christy, we can't see or hear you. Can somebody write that? We cannot see or hear you. Maybe she can't see me, or maybe she can't hear me. I don't know. Let me look. Somebody made a message. Oh, I'm sorry. She said 1 sec. Okay. She did say 1 sec. I didn't see it. All right. So she's got to put some clothes on.
Can you hear me?
Stop running around naked. You need to be dressed, damn it, when you come on here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
This is crazy. Hold on, just 30 seconds.
God damn Uranus. I'm blaming everything on Uranus.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. We got you.
Fantastic. I'm turning that camera off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got you. No problem.
Yeah,
What's
okay.
going on?
All right. So I have been like warp speed for like since I don't know when, since last live or Starry Night live thing. When was that? July?
So a couple months ago, you've been going warp speed.
Yes. So I've got my day job. I got another job.
Right. Oh, yeah, that is warp speed.
Yeah, I'm working 2 jobs. I'm trying to get ready for this trip.
Right.
And as soon as I get off of this trip, within 2 weeks, I go meet the surgeon for my thyroid.
Oh, well, that's good that you're meeting a surgeon, though.
Right. So that's all. I feel like I'm moving. I'm making progress.
Yeah.
But I'm tired.
Well, you're working hard. I mean, you're burning the candle at both ends, as they say.
I know. But
She's like, I know. I'll sleep when I die.
well, I'm trying to get money for this vacation.
Right.
Well, it's all paid for. But
Right.
all this is spending money.
I understand.
And this is just
Wants to feel free and she wants options, damn it. I get it.
Yeah, money
Totally.
gives options. But
Yeah.
what I need you to look at is, am I going to make it until September 30th so I can get on the plane?
Are you going to make it as in physically? Like, am I going to be alive? Is that what you're asking me?
Like
Or you
somebody
think
has to
you
wheel
might?
me on that plane because I'm so tired.
Oh. Okay, so when is your trip planned for?
The 30th.
Of this month?
Yeah.
Okay. God, that came up fast, didn't it?
I know.
Holy shit.
I'm
I
like,
remember talking about this last year.
well, I went on it, but now I'm going back. This is
No,
my
I
second.
know, but I'm saying I remember talking about you wanting to go back, and yeah. And it was like, damn, and now here it is.
And I'll go back again. I'll just keep going back. That's my happy place.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, it's even in the
Okay.
chart that it's
Let
in
me
my
see what your Mars is up to. Let me double check some basics in your chart so I can remember exactly. Let me see. Okay, so she's 16 degrees. Okay, Virgo energy, Mars is up there. Okay, and you're Scorpio on the ascendant. Well, no wonder you got Mars on your ascendant. Okay. And I'm saying no wonder you kind of drag the stove down the road. You got Mars on the ascendant. And we know Jupiter's your greater benefic, which means Mars is your greater malefic. So that's the physical body. All right. I had to get that squared away. Well, what's going to happen is September 20, is it the 21st, the 22nd? I believe it's very close. Yeah. So like September 22nd, Mars becomes strengthened because it enters its sign. However,
and that's fall equinox.
yes. Yes. Yeah, right. Right. We have an eclipse on the equinox. That's right. So this Mars, though, for you does enter your 12th house. And the 12th house can be sleep and dream and fantasy. But let me see how your natal Mars is going to be aspected and your ascendant. Okay, so you're going to have Jupiter trining your ascendant. Wow. You're very fortunate. You see that?
Yes.
Yes. Your greater benefic is going to be trining your ascendant. So this is like 8 days before you go on your trip. Let me move it up a little bit and let's see. I know Jupiter is going to move like 1 degree a week. So the question is 29th. There it is. 22, 22. Okay. So Jupiter, let me see what else is going on. Okay. You're going to be gone for how long?
11 days.
Okay. All right, because Jupiter is going to keep on moving. And then it'll be, yeah. So we get to October 13th, and then Jupiter's, at 23. So it'll give you like a week where it's at 22, benefiting your ascendant, where it's supportive energy. It's the second part of the vacation or the excursion, I should call it, really. Not a vacation necessarily. The adventure.
Yes, that's the word I
That's
was
really what it is, right? The great adventure. You know what though? Let me see. If
I
Mars is
know I'm
going to
not going
happen.
to get any sleep during that.
Well, it's the second week
Uh-huh.
where Jupiter it's not tightly trining your ascendant any longer, you see. So I'm going to look to see if you have any other objects that are going to be beneficial for you as far as a little get up and go, because you don't want it to get up and, get up and gone. And then you're like, what the hell? I got to make it back home, damn it. Huh. Well, it's just really fascinating with this Uranus in your seventh house and meeting new people because you have this midpoint in relationships at 2 degrees in Libra.
I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah. And so it's going to be all about new and exciting and meeting new people and shit. That's really fascinating there. It's because it's right next to your Mars, and I'm still looking to see if we have anything that will provide you some support. Yeah, because the nodes were providing support, but they're getting lower in number. So this is kind of like what happened with me. Like the first 6 months, I had so many things training in ways and aspecting in ways where they gave me like an abundant amount of energy. And now all those things are gone. And I'm just like, what the hell?
I was just telling my sister, the thyroid thing last year, he put me on medicine, and I was like, I've got all this energy, and I'm ready, ready, ready. And then he took me off of that medicine for a month because he thought I was in, what do you call that? Not recession.
Well, I remember you saying that you kind of thought you were going to blow up or something, like your head's going to pop off your shoulders because you were really wound with
Yeah,
that med.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I could do all kinds of stuff. It was great.
Yeah.
And then he thought I went into remission. So he took me off of it for a month. And of course, it just went over the moon again. And then he put me back on the same medicine. And now I'm dragging.
Yeah.
Or it's like I'm running in the mud.
Well, you are doing a lot. You weren't working 2 jobs then.
But
Correct?
yeah, right.
I'm just saying, you have to be realistic. You have to list both things. So
But 10 years ago, I could have done it.
and that was 10 years ago.
I know.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. With you, especially, I think you live hard isn't the right word, but you live fast. How about that? Now, that might not be the right word either to say for a female. What's the right word? You don't waste any time. You utilize every minute of the day that you can you're always you're always doing something.
Right.
So what's the word for that? I don't know. You just keep your ass super busy. We'll just say that.
It's called, I think, ADD.
Okay. Okay, you're right. That is. It's not a word. It's letters. Yeah. So that's I know it's hard when you've been able to be like a superwoman, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, what the hell? Now I got to live like everybody else. Well, that's a really good possibility. Because this Jupiter is going to be pulling away. It will come back and give you a burst to your ascendant, but it's not going to happen during your trip.
Okay.
But you will have Venus going through your Virgo energy up there. And the other thing is you're going to have the South Node. It's sitting on your Mars too. That's the other thing. Now, this is going to. When do you come back? October
11th. I'll be back in the United States on the 11th.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I was just going to say, usually Mars represents surgeries, and the South Node's going to be on your Mars. So that's here. The chart is the 13th, and we got the node at 17 degrees. So it's sitting on your Mars. So,
the surgeon is the 22nd when I go see him.
Yeah, but it's not. Is it actually for the procedure though?
Yes.
Oh, good. Oh, great. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Get it plucked, just what he wants me to do before they pluck it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, the nodes are with you on that.
And that could just be me thinking about, okay, I've got the trip over. Now, next thing, I always look at, okay, one thing at a time. So this is this. Okay, now I can focus on this and then do that and then focus on that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The 13th.
Yeah. As long as that works for you. The whole time you're gone, Mars, I'm just saying, if it were, like your method wouldn't work for me, like, do you know what I'm saying? We all have our own like little things, and if it works for you, then do it. You know?
I don't think my method works for a lot of people.
Right. Right. That's what I'm saying. To me, I would just be like, "Oh, hell no. Who the hell thought this was a good idea, Christy?" So yeah, the thing that gives me a little pause is having Mars in your 12th, but it is powerful because it's in its own sign. So, um, like I said, I'm just going to stick with what I said, which is I think the last part, that last week, is probably good. You might feel like, okay, I'm feeling kind of worn out here.
Oh, and I probably will be.
But by
Because
the 13th, yeah,
uh,
you've got Mars trining Saturn. So that's actually usually a beneficial thing because Mars and Saturn, when they connect, Mars is very disciplined and structured and kind of gets shit done, actually. But you also have a big trine in your chart, too, because you've got a lot of the other objects at the 10, 14, and 16 down here in water. But again, this is all after you get back. This is on the
right,
13th, you see?
right.
So it's that week before that gives me concern. The time up before then, you got Jupiter trine in your ascendant. So I think that's beneficial for you. So I think you're concerned about, am I going to even make it? I'm working my ass off. The trip's going to come and am I going to make it? Yeah, I think you're going to make it. You're going to have Jupiter taking care of you.
Okay.
But it's the 7 days into the trip where you might feel, because that's when Mars goes into your 12th house. The 12th house is sleep. And the Mars is the physical body. And so the sleepiness of that 12th house energy can kind of make us, feel sleepy. And it might be it's nothing more than, well, Christy, if you were only doing 6 hours of sleep, you might have to have 8 hours of sleep then when this time comes.
Right.
You
But
see what
isn't
I'm
that
saying?
fantasy too?
Say that again?
Is the 12th house kind of like sleep and fantasy and
Yeah,
stuff
and
like
dreams. Yes,
that?
absolutely.
Okay. So during that last week it starts on that Sunday, which is the 6th, isn't it?
Okay.
Sunday's the 6th.
It says Monday's the 6th.
Okay, well, it'll be the 5th. Well, the 5th is the Isle of Skye, and it's all about fairies. And then
Oh.
Glencoe. So I'm wondering,
Oh.
could it be
On the 5th, you said?
on the 5th is all about like
Oh,
Fairy
wow.
Glen, the fairy flag, the fairy bridge,
Oh, that's
the
really
Isle of
interesting.
Skye.
Oh, well, you're
And
going to be geeked up anyway
then,
because,
yeah.
because the Mars, once it hits this 9 degrees, which is where it will be on October 5th, and that's more Jupiter energy, Mars at 9 degrees, it starts aspecting your Sirius down here, your emotions and your feelings, and you're really feeling, you're really like it's a vibe you really want more of.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then further
So
down on the 7th, 7th and 8th, I'll be in like the motherland of where we're from.
well,
Like,
that makes sense. Mars will be exact degrees as Sirius, 10 degrees, both of them. You have Sirius at 10, and Sirius is connected to family and home and nurturing. And it's in your 4th house of the motherland of
oh,
where we're from.
wow.
So this is a nice connection for you, a really nice connection.
It
Yeah,
just
I
might
like
be
this for you.
dreamy. It just might be a dreamy
Oh,
thing.
absolutely. Yeah, and you'll probably have some fairy experiences, literally.
Let's hope.
Yeah, you should,
Yeah.
especially on that Sunday, because that your Mars will be at 9 degrees. And that 9 degrees is more Jupiter energy. Jupiter, ancient ruler of Pisces, and the Mars is in the Pisces house. Do you see where I'm going? Like when you connect all those little bits, they kind of add up to, interesting. Like what is going on here? You're having a good time. I do want to just kind of put in here too that you have a Venus over here in Leo at 9 degrees. So you'll have Mars and Venus squaring, and that kind of energy, it doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing, but they're both at 9 degrees, and it's a Venus in your 9th house. This is a lot of Jupiter energy. It's a
Wow.
lot. And we think fantasy, we think future, we think dreamy, we think beliefs, religion, and spirituality. Yeah, you're probably going to be like like booking appointments with people looking at homes or some shit because you're thinking about the future big time with this.
All I need is to hit that lottery, and I'll be all set.
Right?
I've been working that one. That's my third job.
Right. Buying tickets and scratching that shit off.
Yeah, $5 is all I can come up with, and that don't get you much.
Well, I think you're going to be fine.
Okay.
I think it's going to be so exciting that, yeah, I think you're going to be fine. I think we already kind of had looked at this, and I thought I had said like if there was anything, it's not necessarily you. It might be the people you're with. Didn't I say that already?
Yeah, you've said that before. Yep.
Well, it's just that, it's the domestic stuff, although Venus will be sitting here in Virgo, which is good because it's part of the daily routines. But what happens is that at this time, especially towards the end of your trip, so you might want to keep this in mind, Venus and Pandora start to become conjunct. They start traveling together, literally. And so that's, they're really close to each other. So there
That's
just
on
might
the
be. Sorry?
Was that on the 10th?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
London. I'll be
Yeah.
in London then.
Okay. Well, all it's telling you is to just, Venus, who can be cordial and harmonious, when she gets close to Pandora, it just might be one of those things where, I start something I probably shouldn't have started, or said something I shouldn't have said, or whatever the hell. I just kind of opened up something where I was like, oh, I wish I had never done that. Now, does that mean it's about the trip? Well, it's Virgo energy. So it is the domestic stuff and the daily routines. And so it might just be people you lodged with or something like that, or that you had to spend a lot of time with, like because they were part of your daily routine.
Right.
But it can, it will probably feel like work when Venus gets close to Pandora.
Oh.
Virgo can be our work. So it
Right.
just might be something there where when the trip began, you didn't, everything was beautiful, which it probably will be. But by the end of the trip, there just might be where people are, maybe someone's getting on someone's nerves. I don't know. Maybe it's not you. Maybe you're not part of it. But maybe if there's 3 or 4 of you, maybe there's 2 other people that aren't vibing really well or something.
It's just going to be me and somebody else.
Okay. Well, then hopefully you and this other person, hopefully everybody's being nice.
Yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good. It's just I
only mention it because you have, this high degree. You do have Nessa here at 29 in Gemini. Okay, which means Pandora will be squaring Nessa. And it's Gemini, so it's peers, coworkers, neighbors, siblings, friend, somebody I'm, that I communicate with, sister energy, cousin energy. Like it's someone that, and so it's Pandora squaring Nessa. So the secret is know that that's coming, 10th and the 11th, and just because it might just be maybe there's, who knows? Maybe it's got nothing to do with what you two are talking about, but it's almost like it triggers some shit from the past.
Right.
Which we know that's happening because of where you're going to be.
Right.
So maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's just the deep, intense emotions and wounds of somebody, because this is revenge energy. Just being straightforward. Nessus is revenge energy.
It could possibly be.
You might have an encounter with
at that time.
Say that again.
It could possibly not be on the same continent that I'm on at that time. It could be home energy, like coming from. like from work or
It's possible, but this is the 8th house. So this is I think this will be more connected to where you're gonna be and possibly, connecting with some energy there, that's a possibility too.
that's possible.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that someone's seeking revenge on you, so I'm not trying that's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But you may have feelings that are coming up of some shit from a long time ago. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's the 8th house of trauma and of
Uh-huh.
shit from the past, and also inheritances and our shared values and all that stuff. So maybe there's just like this stuff being discussed, and it's just, maybe bringing up some, who the hell knows?
Well, that's like Jack the Ripper tour and the Tower of
Oh,
London tour. So just so you know,
okay. Well, that would be the 8th house for sure.
and I can feel.
Yes.
So
Well,
that's
okay. So maybe, do you want to connect with that kind of shit? That's what I'm asking, I guess.
well, if it happens, it happens. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah,
It
you're right.
pours on you. Sometimes it just flows over you.
As long as that shit doesn't come near you and attach and stays there, then it's fine.
Yeah, we'll leave it there.
All right. Well, you set those intentions because this energy, you just want to make sure there's no ambiguity, that you're crystal clear.
Yes. You stay here, I'll go home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And back the F up.
Yeah.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Right. Right.
Absolutely.
I want to thank you for everything that you did.
Yeah, you are welcome.
All right.
Don't work too hard.
Well,
Save some steam for your vacation, for your adventure,
yes.
for your adventure into the past.
You know it. You know it. Soak it up. You know it goes by so fast.
I'm sure. I'm seriously 11 days. Yeah. I know you're like, God bless it. Why can't this be at least 3
Well,
weeks? Damn it.
I originally had that. But
Oh,
he didn't
really?
make it for 7, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were
Yeah.
considering, well, you can always go back.
Well, I'll keep going.
Yeah.
I'll keep
It's a
going.
nice little vacation or a
It
nice little
is.
adventure.
It always is. All right.
All right. I hope this helped, amiga.
You did great. Thank you.
All right. You're
All right.
welcome. Yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All righty. Here we go again. I think Sinister Days is next. Sinister Days, are you here? You are up. Sinister Days. Let me get the link for you since you. Sinister Days is like, I am awake and I'm here. That's great. Yeah, I think when people don't answer, I think they hear me. I'm like, hello, going once. And then all of a sudden they wake up and they're like, oh shit, I got to grab the link. I got to check in. All right, Sinister Days, let's get your chart on the screen. Let me get rid of this stuff. Where's the S, the S, the S? Sinister Days, what am I checking out? I don't think you sent me an email. I think it was just an email about that you sent a Cash App. There we go. I do have a Sinister Days. I knew we had that name in here. Okay, great. All right, what are we doing? Let me get you this chart on the screen. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to grab the link if you don't want to. I see career changing. I'm still waiting for this screen to change. It's taking its sweet time. There we go. All right, let's see what's going on here for Sinister Days. It's been a while since I've seen your chart. Let me take a look at the basics just real quick. So I get a feel for everything here. Okay. So this would put Uranus over there on that second house cusp. That's important. All righty. You have a second house cusp line at 1 degrees of Gemini, which means right now Sedna and Uranus are sitting there together. Like, holy smokes. And at the opposition, this is important. At the opposition, ooh, you got some loaded stuff at the opposite. Black Moon Lilith. I'm sorry, I said Black Moon Lilith. Pandora's box is at 1. Okay, so it brings, there's a wound or something, a trauma even possibly. It's tricky having Saggy in the 8th house because we can have these sudden increases of trauma, like just hit us out of the blue. And it's just like right here because it's Saggy, which is Jupiter. So it really just, whoosh, it really kind of, okay. So yeah, it looks like possibly with Uranus, probably in these last 7 days when Uranus was getting ready for the retrograde, it probably really triggered the shit out of that. Oh, you have, I don't know why Persephone's jumping out tonight, but it is. Persephone, isolation. Persephone is in Scorpio in your chart at 1 degrees. So this means a lot got triggered this past week. I mean, some things might have happened prior, but this week in particular with Uranus and Sedna together, a lot of trauma, shocks, and surprises. When I say trauma, it can be stuff that you don't have any present day knowledge of kind of trauma. I mean, you can, but it can also be compounded energy, compounded tragedy and trauma. And yeah, with Sedna, there's a lot of wisdom because she's got such ancient history and experiences, but she's been betrayed, so much betrayal. So you have a very intense, powerful thing happening here, but it's with bonded energy. You know, these would be people that, yeah, it's deeply bonded energy. So whether they're family members, whether it's, you know, intimate partnerships, whether it's just somebody that in some way, whether it's a physical bond, an emotional bond, energetic bond, a blood bond, and it could be all of the above or only one or two out of those or whatever, but shared values, shared desires comes up. Money and values can be a part of it too, because Venus and Scorpio comes up, and then yeah, that Venus would be being triggered as well. And while it's being triggered, it's triggering either north and your moon, your nodal midpoints. It's not really nodal midpoint, but it's your sun and moon in your chart. They reach a midpoint, and that's a new beginning. And look where they're at, 29 degrees of freaking Aquarius. And so that's a big thing with this. So shocks and surprise, Uranus says new. All right. So that helps me to kind of understand where you're coming from now. Okay. So let's get this chart on the screen, this other chart. Oh yeah, you have trauma a lot of places in relationships, professional and personal. You have Jupiter at 8 degrees, Jupiter and Saturn. They're all at 8. Wow. Okay. Saturn. Yep. Okie dokie. All right. You have Jupiter on your 4th house cusp line. Okay. This brings in family, but it's also history in the past. So whether they're blood bonded family or whether it's family from another time, like a soul history shit. All righty. let me stop talking about all this other stuff. So you want a career change. We're going up to your midheaven. Well, your midheaven is at 18 degrees and Jupiter is at the exact opposition of it. So what's going to happen is Jupiter goes to 25 degrees in Cancer down here. And that matters because this Jupiter speaks to your career and your job up here. Okay. So have you already started making this transition? Because with Jupiter going forward and then hitting 25 degrees, it's going to reach your Sirius. You have Sirius at 25 in your 4th house. Home and family, feelings, emotions, and nurturing. Another person with Sirius. I'm trying to remember, was that other chart? Didn't she have Sirius at 25 too? Interesting. So, and then it's going to go backwards. Jupiter's going to do a retrograde, and so is Mercury. So these retrogrades have a lot to do with if we've already started something, it might feel like a slow start or change that we're going to be changing again come 2026. You know what I'm saying? Or tweaking it in some way, or it not looking exactly like I thought or something, right? I currently don't engineer, but not an actual engineer, switching to financial planning. Yes, I went and saw family that I have a lot of childhood drama from. Okay, yes, I have. I've completed all my education. Okay, good. Okay, so you've already started the transition then. And so then in terms of doing this, yeah, you're definitely being supported by the universe. That's for damn sure, because you've got new income, new means of income with Uranus there. But again, like I'm telling everybody else tonight, this Uranus is going to back up into Taurus. Yeah, it's going to go all the way back. Let me see what you got in those higher degrees. In Earth, nada. Okay. What about over there? No, nothing there. Okay. Okay. Do you have anything in Leo at the higher degrees? No. All right. Anything in Aquarius? Of course. That sun and moon midpoint I talked about. Okay. So are you here asking about is a career change in the chart? Are you here asking about when are you actually going to be making this career change? A timeline? What specifically? But just remember this new energy with Uranus going backwards. It's going to be until next year by the time the Uranus comes back and touches your 1st house again. Because I think Uranus goes 27 degrees. Yeah, 27 degrees of Taurus. So it's going to be, and why that matters is because Uranus is new. So new money in this chart, yeah, it doesn't really happen or stick until, you're into 2026. Yeah, not until 2026. I mean, there might be like where you have an opportunity, but it's going to leave it's going to leave that money house. It's going to back out of it. So whatever it is, again, it's almost like a false start. And that's, because when we're trying to get a job, it's dependent also on what these companies are doing. And I don't know where you're located if you're in the US, but because of what the US is going through, there's been, it's just extremely unstable right now. The leadership has set the stage for chaos. And so what happens with that is corporations are like, okay, if chaos is on the menu, well, we just got to lay low. So they hold on to funds, they hold on to hiring, they hold on, that like they literally have to lay low. They don't have to, but that's what they do, right? And so less money is spent for sure, which means less jobs created, which means, the workers are like, what the hell? So, and that's because there's so much instability. Gold broke a record last week, and that's not good for the dollar when gold breaks a record. Yeah, it just creates more instability, and that's not a good thing. So, now I'm not saying financial planning isn't a good thing for you to get into. Um, with Uranus going back into Taurus, Taurus is money, Taurus is banking, right? So that's kind of, and then you've got a lot of Scorpio energy, which is absolutely like the financial planning and partnerships. And so what's going to happen is when this Uranus goes back to 27, look what it does. It creates an exact opposition to your natal Uranus. So what I'm going to do real quick is give you a date on that. Okay. So that you can kind of okay. So we're in December of 2025 and Uranus is at 28 degrees. It's at 28 degrees. So let me back this up a little bit because it will sit in opposition to your Venus November 6th. And please get back to me if something follows through for you. Like if you hear something in November or December, like I would love to know if that happens. Maybe you get a communication. It's possibly like, okay, we're considering, or we're going to go ahead. Yeah, I mean, I would love to say, yeah, for sure. But because there's just so much uncertainty, I can't tell really anybody anything with certainty, especially if they're looking to change careers and switch jobs and stuff, just because of the common sense of what's going on, you see. So with that said, Uranus will be connecting with your natal Venus and your Uranus up there in partnerships in your 7th house of partnerships. Now, it can be professional partnerships, but it can also be personal partnerships. Okay. It could have to do with insurance money and shared values. It's disruptions, it's shocks, and it's surprises. I hope it's good surprises for you. It's Venus, and Jupiter is your greater benefic, not your Venus. Okay. And so what that means is that usually when we want something really like beneficial that happens, Venus can bring it, but we're kind of looking to your Jupiter to be the one that triggers it. And you see in your chart, you've got Jupiter in Libra at 8 degrees. So it's going to be a minute before this Uranus gets to 8 degrees to trine that Jupiter. We're talking some years out. But in the meantime, you may have more opportunities for continuing, like learning some more, maybe. I don't know if you have to go and learn more, but Gemini energy is really thirsty for learning. But networking is big too. Yeah, networking is big. So November, end of October, beginning of November. Let me see if you have anything here at the... Well, here's the thing. We have an eclipse tomorrow, and you have objects. You have house cusp lines. You have objects at 15 degrees at both ends. So work and health in your daily routines, something changing, something ending. This would have already begun, though. You would have already, this was in the making up to over a year ago for you, actually, because you have exact degrees. And it might have been what you've already kind of, I think, described, which was you had already, I don't know, maybe you didn't. I'm getting delirious at this point. I thought you said something about you had already done some education, but I don't know if that was like you added to the education you already had. So yeah, you had already started this a while ago because of these eclipses. So I'm releasing and changing something, and the work and the daily and the health routines can be it. And I don't know if you worked for institutional energy or government energy or hospitals or maybe creative stuff. Because, yeah, you've got that there in your 12th house. Or for a company overseas, possibly even, or travel, because it's all Pisces energy. It's very creative energy too. So, I wanted to look at the 29 degrees of Virgo real quick. No, you don't have anything at the 29 degrees of Virgo. Okay, so for the next eclipse this month, you don't have any objects at either end. And that's the one that's about bringing something tangibly new forward into your life. Tomorrow's eclipse is more of an emotional thing. It's it's ending of a cycle. And changing a career is definitely an ending of a cycle. Yeah. So, electric and natural gas. Well, that would have been like some of that Scorpio energy, natural resources, and that Uranus energy, like a mixed bag of those things. Okay. But at the same time, electric and natural gas, those are necessities. Those are utilities. Yeah. Utility company. Yeah. That definitely would be Pisces energy. That's working for institutions of society. Like we need those companies for sure. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. All right. I think that's it. So November, you're going to look to see if something occurs, but the reality is that because all these planets are going backwards and then forward again, you may not make like the cha-ching until Uranus gets back on that second house cusp line. And that's not going to happen until, I'm going to say it's when Venus gets opposed. So we'll say April. But who knows? Maybe something sooner. But the surprise and the big thing is April. Second house is not just only money, but love. Yep, you are welcome. You are welcome. Hope that helps. Absolutely. All right, guys. I think we're done. Are we done? Tell me we're done. It's 11:30. I think we're done. Sinister Days waited, which was so great. Yeah, that's so great. So we'll be back here again next week. Remember, we do this the last Saturday of every month. We do the very same thing, but we do it privately. It's a smaller group. There's limited spaces available. You can email me. The allastrology@gmail.com is right below in the details under this live stream. And it's a smaller, more intimate group. I have one spot left for September. It's the last Saturday of every month. And we're taking names for the last Saturday of whatever month you're free. So people do reach out to pre-reserved spots for months that work for them because it's the last Saturday of every month. All right. If you want more details, just email me and I will let you know. I'll communicate with you all the details. All right. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, everybody. I am signing off. I am so beyond ready for bed. Uranus just not, it's just been a wild, wild week. Yes, everybody have a good night. I'll be here next week. I'm leaving now. Or am I going to sleep? Yes, I'm signing off. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.